Welcome students. Welcome to the lecture series on polarization of light, which is a part of your module optics. So in this class, we are going to discuss about various procedures to identify different states of polarization. Means how you can detect or distinguish between various different states of polarization. So let us start. So this is the typical four states of polarization: unpolarized light, linearly polarized light, circularly polarized light, and elliptically polarized light. So in our last lectures we have discussed about this. Now there may be more. There may be mixture of unpolarized and linearly polarized light, mixture of unpolarized and circularly polarized light, and mixture of unpolarized and elliptically polarized light. So there are distinct polarization states and mixture of this. Now our target is how we can distinguish between these seven states. Okay. So at first we start with ordinary light or circularly polarized light or a mixture of them. If we pass them through a analyzer, say nickel prism, and you rotate this analyzer by 360 degree, then you will get no variation of intensity. That means if you place an analyzer and rotate it by 360 degree, and at the output you see there is no variation of light or intensity, then you can say that the incident light is ordinary light or circularly polarized light or a mixture of them. So you can identify these three, but you can't distinguish between these three. You can't say specifically that it is ordinary light or it is circularly polarized light. For that we have to go further. Now if you have a plain polarized light, if it incident on a polarizer or analyzer, say nickel prism, and you rotate it by 360 degree, the same procedure, you will get two maxima and two zeros. It means for plain polarized light there is one plane of vibration. So when you rotate it by 360 degree, you get two specific positions. For that the axis of the analyzer will be same as the axis of the plane of vibration. In that case the whole intensity will pass through and you will get two maximas, and there will be another position. For that the axis of the analyzer will be at 90 degree with comparison to the plane of vibration of the plain polarized light, and in that case you will get two zeros. So after this 360 rotation, if you get two maxima and two zeros at the output, you can conclude that the incident light is plain polarized light. Now what about elliptically polarized or elliptically polarized, a mixture with unpolarized light or a mixture of linearly polarized and unpolarized light? Again you pass through an analyzer or nickel prism and you rotate it by 360 degrees. Then you get two maxima and two minima. So there is a difference with the plain polarized light. In plain polarized light you are getting two maxima and two zeros, but here there is no zero, two maxima and two minima. Why minima? For this elliptical one, your major axis and minor axis have two different amplitudes. So when your major axis is parallel to the analyzer, you get two maxima, and when your minor axis is parallel to the analyzer, you get two minima. Similarly for these three, say in the last case it is linearly polarized and unpolarized. So for linearly polarized you should get two zeros, but it is mixed with unpolarized light. So for unpolarized light there will be no variation of light. So when you add up, there will be no zero, there will be two minima, because there will be a contribution from the unpolarized light. Okay, clear? So for linearly polarized you are getting two zeros, but as it is mixed with unpolarized light, your unpolarized light will give you some intensity at the output. So you get two minima. So next one, you get a unpolarized light. So how you can say it is unpolarized? You pass through a lambda by 4 plate. Again it will be unpolarized. There will be no effect on unpolarized light of a lambda by 4 plate, a quarter wave plate. You pass through a nickel prism or analyzer, you rotate it by 360 degree, and you get no variation of light. Then you can sure about that your incident light is unpolarized. There is no second option. So if your incident light after passing through a quarter wave plate and the analyzer and after rotation of the analyzer you get no variation of intensity, you can confirmly say that your incident light is unpolarized. Now what about circularly polarized light? So you pass through a quarter wave plate, then your circularly polarized light will be converted to plane polarized light, because there will be a phase shift due to this quarter wave plate. There will be a phase shift of pi by 2. So your circularly polarized light will become plane polarized. Now you know what will happen if your plane polarized light pass through analyzer. So after 360 rotation there will be 2 maxima and 2 zero. So if your incident light after passing through a quarter wave plate and analyzer, and after the 360 rotation of the analyzer you get 2 maxima and 2 zeros, you can confirmly say your incident light is circularly polarized. If it is after passing through only the analyzer, not the quarter wave plate, only the analyzer, you get 2 maxima and 2 zero, you can say your incident light is plane polarized. Okay, so how you can distinguish between circularly polarized and plane polarized? For circularly polarized you need an extra quarter wave plate. Your output will be same, but you need an extra quarter wave plate. And for plane polarized you don't need an extra quarter wave plate. Okay, then what is next? Say you have a circularly polarized light. So again it will become, after quarter wave plate it became 2 maxima and 2 zero. Now what about the mixture of unpolarized light and circularly polarized light? You again pass through a quarter wave plate. So your unpolarized light after passing the quarter wave plate remain unpolarized, but your circularly polarized light become plane polarized. Then the unpolarized light, the mixture of unpolarized light and plane polarized light, after passing through this analyzer and it is rotated by 360 degree, you get 2 maxima and 2 minima, not 0. If it is 0, then your incident light is only circularly polarized, and if it is 2 maxima and 2 zero, then you can say your incident light is unpolarized and circularly polarized. So the logic will be same, because your unpolarized light will give some intensity, so that you will get 2 minima, not 2 zero. If it is 2 zero, it is only incident light is only circular. If it is 2 minima, the incident light is mixture of unpolarized and circularly polarized. So what is next? Say it is elliptically polarized. So you can think yourself, after passing the quarter wave plate, your elliptically polarized light will become plane polarized light. Now you pass through it analyzer and rotate it by 360 degrees by this axis. Rotate it by 360 degrees. You will get 2 zeros, and the position of 0, the principal section of analyzer is inclined to optic axis of lambda by 4 plate, because for elliptically polarized light your major axis and minor axis are not same. That's why at the output there will be 2 zero, and at the position of 0 the principal section of analyzer is inclined to optic axis of lambda by 4 plate. Now if it is a mixture of elliptically polarized and unpolarized light, again you pass through a quarter wave plate, so it become a mixture of plane polarized and unpolarized light. With same logic, your elliptically polarized light will become plane polarized light and unpolarized will remain unpolarized. Again you pass through analyzer and rotate it by 360 degree, so you get 2 minima, not 2 zero. Okay, there is a difference between the previous one. You get 2 minima, and at the position of minima, principal section of analyzer is inclined to the optic axis of lambda by 4 plate. So now you can see how we can distinguishing between various states of polarization. So now you have plane polarized and unpolarized, mixture of them. You pass through a quarter wave plate. Your plane polarized will become elliptically polarized, and it will be a mixture of elliptically polarized and unpolarized light. Again you pass through an analyzer and rotate it by 360 degree. You get 2 minima, not 2 zero, you get 2 minima, and at the position of minima, principal section of the analyzer is either parallel or perpendicular to the optic axis, because your elliptically polarized has one major axis, one minor axis. So for minima it will be either parallel or either perpendicular, because you don't know in which direction your minor axis is. So what we have learned today, we have discussed how we can distinguish between various states of polarization in detail. So all the cases you need an analyzer, and you have to rotate the analyzer by 360 degrees, and depending upon the incident light, the output after the analyzer are different. So just seeing the output of the analyzer after 360 rotation, you can conclude what is the state of polarization. Okay, thank you.